Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video, we've just done floor Hell 25 and we are looking to do some more. So we'll just jump straight in. Now this is the team setup that I was running to beat Hell 25. It is what it is. But what I'm going to do is, in fact, let's keep this build. Let's keep that build. We've got Atrops in the middle. In case you are not aware, this is the new skin. I've not done a review on this skin yet. I'm still testing it out to see how well she does perform. But the skin gives an additional 5 speed, 5% defense, and 3% crit resistance as well. And if you have her to 11 stars, she will... here we go. If you have it to 11 stars, she will increase crit resistance rate by 30% and damage boost by 30% as well. And also... here we go. She also increases every 1% increase in Atrop's crit resistance rate, additionally increase her attack by 1%. So she gets an additional 6% attack increase. Now we've gone with the Ecliptus, the negative energy, defense and max HP of all allies are increased by 200%, just for the additional protection for Audrey specifically. Then on this one, again, we've got a nice roster all set up. Now we have got the 3 Valianters on this team for the increase in damage reduction, but it won't matter altogether too much. So let's jump in with this team and let's see how well we do. Now again, I've built up Valianters on the negative Moonglow side for the Ascension, but we won't be able to get that Ascension, unfortunately, and it is primarily because of the Grace of Hunters. Now, Grace of Hunters activates at, I believe it's 10. It activates as soon as the battle starts. No need for positive or negative Moonglow. So every time we heal, effectively will increase our attack and defense. That also works alongside Audrey as well. Very, very good alongside Audrey. Because she also increases attack up to 50 million, I believe it is, with healing or converted healing anyway. So this Seraphina ultimate will do a lot. As you can see, yeah, increasing attack quite a bit. We also get Atrops increasing our attack and defense as well as our attack again with Audrey. So Audrey's going to start putting out some massive damage. Really, really good damage. We'll just have to see. Now, I don't think Audrey has done her ultimate yet. Now, Pandora is something else. She really is something else. Especially once she gets going. Like, once she does her ultimate attack 3-4 times, you are in business. Now, what I have done as well, every time we dodge an attack, we will retaliate with a basic attack. And that's thanks to the Avengers horn here. But what will happen is every time Pandora dodges an attack, Pandora will also... Oh, flipping heck. Yeah. Every time Pandora dodges an attack, Pandora will do an ultimate attack. That is just how it's going at the moment. Very, very strong. Unfortunately, we don't have Hades on the team. That would be absolutely sweet if we could have Hades on the team. Oh, not bad. Again, she's just going to keep going and going. I mean, she's doing crazy damage. This is absolutely crazy damage. And she just goes up and up and up and builds up and builds up. Pandora is becoming one of my new favourite units. This team, very simple. We just need to get Eudora to hit. That is it. That is all we need to do. Just get Eudora to hit, and then she'll do the business for us. We'll watch this one, and then I'm going to skip through, probably through to like 35, something like that. And the reason that I'm going to skip is because we've seen the team in action. We don't need to change it really. Again, these units are not super accessible. I don't expect anybody without these types of units to be able to get super far in Hell difficulty. So, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. Like, I want to do this with non-DD units, but it'd just take too long. It would just take far, far too long. And it's something I do not have time for, especially given that there is an apex difficulty as well, that we need to take into consideration. Now, I don't think it's open yet. I don't think that apex is open, but I think it will be towards the end of this half of the season. I think we've got a couple of days left. I'll need to check on that once we've seen this. Yeah, Eudora just doing what she needs to do, finishing off Victoria here, and then spot on. So let's see how long there is left. So if I click out of this, it should tell me at the top here, 10 days left. So we've got 10 days to hopefully clear another 125 stages. So let's get a move on, shall we? I don't think that we'll need to worry too much about the other bosses in this. So yeah, there we go. Round 3, absolutely fine. And then round 2 for Eudora's team, very, very strong. Very, very strong indeed. This team shouldn't, this enemy team shouldn't give us any difficulty either. With Themis, Atrops, and Katrina, they will have the Dawnbringer synergy, but it's not something that we're altogether too scared of. And as you can see, seems to have worked out fine. So let's keep going. Let's keep powering through. I want to get as far as I can in this one. If I can get to 50, I will try and get to 50 and maybe do a separate video on 50, something like that. But it just depends on how long it takes us. If we get stalled against any particular unit, then it might be a shorter video, or at least it might be less rounds in this video. But I don't think we'll have a problem, especially against Gwyn. So Gwyn will reduce attack. It's a permanent effect, and it's removed when the enemy has 30 more stacks of buffs. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. And yeah, it's absolutely not. So round 3, no problem there. And then this one is Gwyn won't even be able to apply it to us, primarily because of the stacks from Elisha there as well. We should be able to power through this one. Now, we might have a bit of difficulty because it is Mystifiers. So we'll just have to see. Yeah, this one's absolutely round 2. Flipping heck. Yeah, very, very strong. And this one round 2 as well. So we're on track. We've got some good teams, and we should be able to power through. Now, I am going to stop at 35. Just to see that battle, because 35 and 85, notoriously difficult stages if you don't know how to work them. What you need, realistically, is some Glorians on the team, and I think you can avoid getting bound by Solomon if you have the 3 Glorians on the team, or at least the proof of Glorians and then 2 Glorians on the team. It can be very, very easy to pass through if you have those units on there, because Solomon can't apply the bind. But what you can do is you can use units within your lineups in order to solve this. Oh, so it's no. We're a stage early on this one. Should be absolutely fine though. So let's power through. Yeah, so round 4, probably because of the healing from the Chessis and the healing from Persephone. Round 2 on this one. Yeah, consistently round 2 with that second team. Very, very strong indeed. Now, Solomon, again, you want to use, you can use units like, so if I take out Atrops in this one, for example, you can use a unit like Hades to counter this, to counter Solomon's bind. And it will work very effectively, but I suspect because we've already got our 2 Glorians in there, shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then on this team, if you want to replace Lily and Leah with a unit like Lee will counter for you on this team. So I think we will, because they're basically the same, except Lee counters the bind synergy. So just in case we do get stuck, might be better to use Lee in that particular situation. So on this one, round 2, yep, able to get through it, absolutely no problem. And then on this one, round 2 again, yeah, we're just blasting through. Absolutely, I'm very much enjoying these 2 teams, especially the Atrops skin. Put in a lot of work in. Now this is Glorians and Glorians, but we have proof of Glorians, so I don't need to overextend the Glorians. The only way I could work it, realistically, would be to have Glorians Dooms, because I do have proof of Dooms as well. So Proof of Doom's very, very strong. Let's go for Lily and Leah again. Just get that Monarch synergy and keep the Luminas as well. But yeah, I do have Dooms, but I don't fancy running a... Sorry about this. So, as you can see, my face is sped up, but my voice is slightly different. Something has gone wrong with the recording. As you can see, I've got the sound there. The problem is that the in-game volume has recorded at full blast, rather than you having to sit through the next sort of 10 minutes or however long, 8 minutes, I think, something like that. With that terrible sound quality, I thought I would record over and just outline what was going on. So in this, we are going to power through reasonably far. As you can see, I'm just pushing and pushing and pushing. You know, it is what it is. Like these team setups are, they are very, very strong, and I don't think that there are very many teams that can compete with these teams for PvE content specifically. I think that they do the job. There are instances where the team will fail, but it's only very specific instances. And you'll see that in a couple of rounds that I will need to, spoiler alert, change this Valiant's team. Just because it's not doing enough damage. We need more damage on the table, and it's when we come up to the enemy Lachesis. Now, the enemy Lachesis, it can be a very problematic fight, specifically because there are 4 Dooms on the team. 4 Monarchs on the enemy team, and Lachesis in the middle, providing the revitalization effect. In case you don't know, the way that the revitalization effect works is that Lachesis will apply at the end of the round, so you need a very slow unit in order to counter this. The only one that I found really is Gwyn to counter it. It is... Again, it's hit and miss actually, because Gwyn seems to now be faster than the Lachesis. I don't know what has happened, but I think they've changed it so that the Gwyn is faster than Lachesis, to stop you being able to hard counter the revitalization effect. The other way to counter the revitalization effect is to give hindrance to the enemy. And what I mean by hindrance is the Celestial Runes, if you get them to unique, exclusive Celestial Runes, you can apply hindrance when when Purify has been triggered. And Lily and Leah on action trigger Purify. So as early as round 1, effectively, you can go ahead and trigger that hindrance effect, and so they cannot. So this Lachesis cannot apply the revitalization buff to enemies. Now, as you can see here, Pandora doing a lot of damage, and Pandora does a lot of damage. The problem with that is that the enemies are Monarchs, so they will heal up to full. Once they've healed up to full, Pandora will only be able to do a maximum of 40% damage. If the rest of the team, like for example Elma and Audrey, were doing as much damage as Pandora does, so as you can see, Audrey did a big sweep there, wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and the reason for that again is because Pandora, she does massive damage, but it is single target damage, so it's not super effective against the Monarch team. It is super effective when you've got somebody like Hades on the team who increases the execution rate. So if you can execute enemies at 35% health, it works out that you only need to attack a unit twice within a round against this enemy Lachesis for you to be able to execute them. Now, something to note here, as you can see, whenever we dodged an attack with Pandora, we were able to perform her ultimate. I thought that might give us an edge, but it is luck based. So it is based on how many times Pandora dodges an attack. So as you can see, she's just performing her ultimate here, just all willy-nilly. Unfortunately we get the miss there, but I think we get a dodge here, and Pandora will perform her ultimate. And again, that is because of the artifact the Avengers artifact that I've got in play. Now I tried changing things up here, kept in Audrey, kept in Seraphina, and I went back to Mystifiers. And the reason that I went back to Mystifiers is because they do multiple instances of damage. What that means is at the start of every round, the corrode damage will kick in. And what that does is it applies after the revitalization effect has healed the enemy to full. So enemies will get healed to full, but they will then take the corrode damage, and it's multi-instance damage as well, which means that you will take damage off, you'll take damage off again, you'll take damage off again, take damage off again. So effectively, if you can have 5 stacks of corrode on an enemy, and each one is doing more than say 30% HP, which is I think the current threshold, or 40% HP, then you will kill an enemy outright, which is why we see a lot of damage being done to the enemies here, and they're not able to heal it back up this round. Or at least they're not able to heal it. Yeah, they're not able to heal it up this round from the revitalization effect, which is why we're able to get them down so low with this particular matchup. Again, just stacking that corrode up as quickly as possible, very, very strong, works very well in combination with burn. So as you can see, the rest of the team, or the rest of the enemy team, has been healed up, but we were able to get Lily and Leah down, which is a big hit for us, a big kill, because Lily and Leah will also provide that healing. Now we did take down Merlin there as well with corrode damage. So as you can see, we're on round 4 at the moment. Audrey goes down, but it's not super essential that she lives. We just need Gaia and Lancelot to live for as long as possible and apply as many stacks of corrode as possible as well. It works alongside Gaia's passive, so Gaia will increase damage and also damage reduction as well to our teams here. Now we are getting to the end of this round, finished it, and we've got one more stage to go. Spoiler alert, this is over in 2 seconds flat because this team is so strong. I just don't know how people can compete with this team besides having an Aphrodite on the enemy team. It's so strong, with Eudora performing her ultimate and giving the attack stacks and HP stack increases. Your team just effectively becomes immortal and out DPSing a lot of the striker teams as well within the format. So very, very good team, very strong. We'll see Eudora triple ult here. Another spoiler, sorry about that, but I do have future sight. I think what's happened is we get to the end here and then it crashes. So my screen recording crashes.
You know, I think I'm just going to get rid
just
of
say
this
thanks very
recorder.
much for watching.
It seems to be
a fantastic
getting
day.
worse and worse all the time.
And let me know how it goes.
But that's just me.
You know?
So thanks very much for watching.
Hope you're
have
enjoying
a
the
fantastic
content.
day.